and you're wondering why we have all these chronic diseases, all this inflammation, all these problems, this is why. So when you fast, even intermittent fasting, that makes a difference because now you've given your body 12,
Time, that's right.
14, 16, 18 hours with nothing.
Hello, and welcome to The Real Healthy You.
Hey,
I'm Barbie.
and I'm Jamie, and we hope you are having an amazing day and you're ready to learn some amazing things about water fasting.
Water fasting.
So we went 3 days, nothing but water, and here's what happened. Yeah,
This time,
this time.
we went 3 days.
That's true.
I'm usually a 5-day girl, but that's okay. We did 3 days, and I like the idea of varying that way.
Yeah.
Because I can do it more often. But it was just, I just love the fact that I'm fasting.
Yeah.
I think that's why I love doing it, because I know in the background in my head, I'm healing.
That's true. Yeah.
And I'm fasting purposely to heal, but I'm also fasting purposely to get into the autophagy and the energy.
Yes, absolutely. That's real. And so we can talk a little bit more about that. But basically, when we got started water fasting, we had already been doing some low carb eating. We had already done some different variations, which were calorie restricting and which were carb restricting.
Intermittent.
Yeah, intermittent fast. Yeah. So right off the bat, I don't recommend you just start water fasting out of ground zero. Like if you are still eating the standard American diet, or you're still eating a lot of carbs or sugars, or you're eating often, right? This is not probably not
No.
the time,
Oh,
right?
no.
So, and here's your kind of test to see. Can you go from lunch to dinner without trying to eat? When you wake up in the morning, are you like, give me food right now? If any of these things are true for you, you're not ready to do a 3-day water fast in a way that would be more comfortable. Let's put it that way.
Or
Because
even-
it can be challenging at times.
Yeah. It will, more comfortable is the word, because you won't like it.
Yeah,
And that will deter you.
right.
So that when you are ready, it will deter you to do it. And it is the most rewarding thing you'll ever find is fasting.
Yes,
And
it
starting with intermittent fasting and going into the fasting for 3 days or 5 days or whatever. Oh my goodness, what a total different life
Yeah.
you would have.
And fasting is not new at all. I know, the internet
Absolutely
is blowing
not.
up with fasting things and intermittent fasting and things like that. And that's because we're all connected now with we're able to hear each other's stories. But fasting is ancient. I mean, fasting's been going on for years and years. And then there's the spiritual fasting as well. And then there's the therapeutic fasting, medical fasting. And there's just so much that's been going on. But the science is there, guys. This is not some kind of newfangled thing where it's like, oh, let me try this edgy thing. No, the science is real. It's solid. We have, in 2016, there was the Nobel Prize winner who won a Nobel Prize about autophagy. I mean, autophagy's been around, but this was more specifically, he was a bio engineer, a biotech guy who really learned a lot about autophagy and how it affects our body. And again, we'll talk about autophagy, it's the healing.
Right.
But this is not new. We have Dr. Walter Longo, the Italian biology professor who knows so much about fasting. And he's the one who did the fasting mimicking diet. And there's so many things out there that tell us that fasting makes your body a better body on so many levels.
And it's healing you.
Yes.
It's healing you because there's no food going in your body to distract the healing process. I love it because it really heals.
Yeah,
And you will feel the difference.
for sure.
So, I mean, this is something you use for everything. Every health problem you have,
Yeah.
fast.
Yes. Absolutely.
Fast. That means the cells now, we get these, they call them senescent cells, zombie cells. And they're constantly going in and out. When you fast, they attack the zombie cells and they get rid of them.
The body takes care of
Just
itself.
they just get rid of them.
Absolutely.
Well, you're getting rid of zombie cells. Now imagine why they're zombie. Just think about that.
Like what happened to them to make them be that way? Yeah.
They're zombie. They're senescent. They're no good.
Yeah.
That's where all your disease is.
Right.
In the
Yes.
cells of the zombie cells.
Yes. Or the cells that are not functioning well also. You know, you get cells get damaged, you know, because of what we're doing and they get damaged. And if they're replicating the damaged cells, they're replicating the damage instead of the healthy cells that we want to be replicated. And so it makes sense that, you know, there was a study done that if you fast one water fast, I think it's 5 days, 1 5-day water fast.
A year.
But hold on, if you do one in your lifetime,
Oh, okay.
if you do
Oh,
one
okay.
5-day water fast
Okay.
in your lifespan, that reduces your risk of cancer significantly.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That
I could
one
see
time.
that. I could see
when
that.
I heard that, it was like,
I could see that.
What? That doesn't
I could
even
see
make
that.
sense. How is that even? So I'm digging in, like, how does that even work? You know what I mean?
Right.
And so as you get to learn about it, it's because during the 5-day water fast,
Mm-hmm.
you hit autophagy, then you hit max autophagy,
Mm-hmm.
which is like it's revved up after about the third day. So day 4 and 5,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the body is actively eating itself.
Hormone growth.
Yes, that's what autophagy means. Auto, self, phagy, eat, eating itself. So it's devouring all of the bad stuff. So that's the senescent cells, the zombies, the broken, the damaged. They're all the old ones, even old ones. Like
Oh,
bye.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So
they go.
imagine all of that buildup. I want you to think about your house. How about that shelf with all the pictures on it? You know that shelf? Think about that shelf. Ready? Okay. It collects dust. Don't dust it. Just let it collect. Don't dust it. Weeks, months, years. Don't dust it. The dust is like so high. Keep going. Keep going. Keep it. Dust. Don't ever, ever, ever touch it. That's what's happening inside your body. Don't ever touch it. It's just going to keep being dusty and disgusting. But what happens when you come by and do a deep spring cleaning and you dust it all off and it's all that dust is gone? That's autophagy. It takes all that buildup and it's gone. So that makes sense that it would reduce your risk because now you don't have all that buildup and like it's gone. Even if it still has damage, it's so much less now because you took away so much.
But
You've probably heard about intermittent fasting. You maybe even tried it. Maybe it didn't work out for you. Maybe you didn't get great results. Or maybe you just need a reset. But either way, we've got this free intermittent fasting guide for you. It's got lots of colorful pictures and lots of information with a 2-week plan to get you started intermittent fasting and enjoying the amazing benefits. So check the link below if you're watching YouTube, and if you're on the podcast, check the show notes. Get that link.
and it's easier than you think.
Yeah, so go get it.
Let me take the butt away.
Okay.
And now that you're at Jamie's point, where you take it all away, and new ones come in, or just before that, guess what happens? You get new stem cells.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
what are stem cells for? They're for healing.
Yes.
Why do they have stem cells everywhere? You could go and get stem cells to heal your body.
Yes.
You have to pay a lot of money. But
But your
You
body can make it for free.
but look at you doing it all by yourself.
yes.
All you got to do is fast.
Yes.
And we fasted from the beginning of time.
Thousands of years.
That's what they used to be. There were days when they didn't eat.
Of course.
Days. So we're made to do that.
Yes. And when you're not eating, your body is not digesting. And we've talked about this before, but digestion uses a lot of energy. A lot of
Yep.
energy. So if you're eating all day long, you're digesting all day long. So when is the body going to get to the healing point? Like it doesn't have any time for that. All it can do is
Survive.
all day long digest everything. So for me, the biggest light bulb moment for me was the snacking, right?
Oh,
so
right.
I would eat, like I like fruit, for example. So
Right.
I'd eat some grapes. So there's some
Right.
grapes on the counter in a bowl, right?
Right.
You grab a handful of grapes. It's like, oh, these are so good. You eat them and you go and you work and you do stuff. And then maybe half an hour later, it's like, oh, grab another one. And then maybe an hour or so later, you grab another handful of grapes or you eat a half a banana or you eat like these little things you're doing. You're thinking it's like 100 calories. It's practically nothing. What difference does it make? Every time you do that, insulin is released and the body starts digesting. So boom, there it is. So your body could be digesting 6, 8, 10, 12 times a day. You could be triggering it to digest. When is it supposed to do anything else? It's a 24-hour job, to the point where now with our around-the-clock lifestyle, you're eating at midnight, pizza and a sandwich, and then you go to bed an hour later. Hour and a half later, you're in the bed. And now you're sleeping and your stomach all night is digesting. When at night is when it's supposed to be healing, but it can't. And you're wondering why we have all these chronic diseases, all this inflammation, all these problems. This is why. So when you fast, even intermittent fasting, that makes a difference because now you've given your body 12,
That's right.
14, 16, 18 hours with nothing. And that helps you to heal.
It's called giving your body the love.
The love.
Caring enough to love your body, enough to know. See, it's when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
The key for us, I believe, really seriously, is to learn to love ourselves
Yes.
and our body.
Yes.
That's our job, is to learn how to do that. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Learn what I'm supposed to put in my body. Don't believe everything that's out there. That sad diet is so sad that every disease from the 1950s or 60s, that's when it's the 60s to now.
Yeah.
Every single disease is right there.
It's just expanded.
Every
exponentially.
single
It's
disease.
true.
They have never seen
Yes.
all these diseases come into fruition
And the numbers that
and
they are.
from this time
Goodness
span.
sake, yeah, it's true. It's true.
So when we see this and someone says this is so, find out how it affects you.
Absolutely.
You know,
But it is
then
our
I go
job.
back
That's
to
a
the
good
children. I'm big, you know that. I go back to the children.
Yeah.
Do it for the kids.
Yeah.
If you can't even think to do it for you, do it for the children.
Yeah. It's true. Because the thing is, we just do what we were taught. We just do it automatically. It's not like you think about it, to be honest. It's like you get up in the morning, you eat breakfast. Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, why am I eating breakfast? Who's asking that question? Like, of course not. Since I'm this big, a little teeny toddler, I get up and I eat breakfast. That's what I do. That's what we do. So why would you question it? You wouldn't.
Yeah.
But we're inviting you to question all of this stuff. If you're not hungry, why are you eating? Think
right.
about when you were a kid. How many times, and I know this was for me like so much. Come on, time for breakfast. I'm not hungry. You got to eat. It's breakfast. You
Right.
need to eat. You need your energy. You need this. You need that. Come and eat.
That's what we were taught.
Okay.
Yep.
You go to the table like, and you eat, and you don't want to.
No.
Or you push the plate aside, and it's like, finish your food. You need to eat all of it. You need to finish it. It's like, why do I need to finish it? I'm not hungry. Do you know what that means? It means my body has everything it needs right now, and there's no need to give it anything else right now. But we're not intuitive like that anymore. We've decided the clock tells us when to eat, and we're going to force you to eat. And we force our children to eat.
Hey, and they told us 3 times a day,
Yeah.
and snacks in between.
Yes.
So you got breakfast snack, lunch snack, dinner
Right.
snack. Whoa.
And now look at the kids today. Go
Yeah.
to a group of kids anywhere, in school, daycare, just whatever. And they're asking you for a snack every hour. Can we have some more? Are we on a snack? They're all sugar addicted because
Well,
we've taught them
that's
since they're
exactly
little,
why they're-
You
yep.
got to keep eating. And now it's like a circle.
Yeah.
We taught them, and now they're giving it back to us. Feed us, feed us, feed us, feed us.
They're
and,
crashing.
And food is real.
They keep crashing.
No parent wants to deprive their kid of food. If my kid asks me for food, of course I'm going to give it to him. You think you're helping them. You're not. Because their intuition told them when they were little, I'll eat when I'm hungry and no other time than that.
And then the sugar addiction came in.
Right.
Now they just hungry because they're not hungry. They're addicted.
Yeah, of course.
They
We all
need the
are.
rush.
The adults are too. I mean, we're no
Oh,
different.
absolutely.
So, I mean, that's
Absolutely.
We'd just like to put that out to you. Just start asking yourself, like, why am I eating right now? What is the reason? Do you even know what hunger feels like anymore? Because when are you hungry long enough to say I'm actually hungry? You know what I mean? Rather than mentally, oh, I haven't eaten since, oh, it's been 2 hours. I must be hungry. I must have to eat. But like literally in tune with your body saying, I'm hungry.
You know, it's funny too because when you start fasting, you're going to notice that craving.
Yeah.
And that's when you're going to fix it.
Yeah.
Because that craving is the sugar. It's the addiction. It's the dopamine. You're ready because you're addicted.
Yeah, of course.
You're not hungry.
Because when
You're
you're not
craving.
when you get off that,
That's right.
yeah, the craving is real. But once you take yourself away from the sugar, that's why we said to start. I'm sorry. That's why we said to do a water fast, straight out of the gate. It is like those cravings are there. You're used to eating multiple times a day, and your body is definitely going to ask you to keep doing that. So when you try to water fast, you are going to have a miserable experience to the point where you're probably going to quit. And that's why a lot of people say, oh, fasting doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Because the cravings are overwhelming and your body starts to get headachy and you feel dizzy and you can't think and your body's aching and it's like, just give me some food. It feels terrible. But once you've reduced your gotten to a low carb lifestyle where you're in ketosis, in and out of ketosis, and your body knows how to do that, then when you try for a water fast, the first day will probably, like for me, the first day is usually not a problem. It's really not. I might think of it here and there like, maybe I could eat, but I'm good. But by the second day, that's when it starts to be like, hey, are you going to feed me? You feeding me? What are you doing? The body's like wondering what's going to happen. So that second day can be a little bit more.
Pressing. Yeah, but that's okay. You can get through it.
Absolutely.
You know, if you put down why you want to do that, you'll be surprised. That why is amazing. We teach this all the time. Put down your why are you doing it? Just even if it's just the fasting.
Yeah.
Why am I fasting? Why do I want to fast?
Right.
Why do I believe this fast will work? Whatever you put your why you're doing, I'm doing it for my kids.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm doing it for me so that I know better and blah, blah, whatever. Because you know, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
So put that why down, and then you can, when you get that craving, because you're going to get it, because you're addicted. You're addicted to the sugar in the food, and that's what you're going to get. You're going to get it. So you look at that craving and say, do I want to give into that craving, or do I want to know why I'm doing this?
Yes.
And you'll be amazed. And it could be for your children, could be whatever. Remember also that you will get, because you'll be on that water fast, you will lose a lot of sodium.
Yeah.
You will lose the salt in your body. Just be aware and make sure when you do your fast that you have electrolytes.
Yes.
And guess how you can get them so simply?
Salt.
But the right salt.
Sea salt, Celtic salt.
Sea salt,
Himalayan
Celtic
salt, yeah.
Himalayan salt. Put a little in your bottled water, whatever, and you just sip it during the day. And believe me, by the time you're in your second or maybe third day of your fast, you're going to be soaring in the sky.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the energy is going to be amazing.
Yeah, because now you don't have the hunger hormones anymore. Like that just shuts down and you're just chilling.
And you're fat burning.
Yeah, for sure.
Your energy is in fat burning mode because that's what the brain loves, ketones.
Yes, it does.
So you're gone. You're like
sharp.
gone.
And, you know, it depends on where you are from a health perspective. You know, if you have a lot of damage in your body, the fast can be kind of hurty because, frankly, healing hurts, right? So some of the pains you might feel like body aches and pains and different things. And you're like, why do I feel like I'm going to die or I'm going to pass out or have a heart attack? What's going on? And you get nervous, right? And that's why it's important for you to already have some low carb experience so you can get past that keto flu and all of that. So then when you get to day 2, day 3, and you start noticing, like, why is my back, my lower back hurting me so much? Like, this really hurts. And for me, that was, I mean, I had the lower back, I had the hip pain, and all of that, you know, as the body starts healing those sections, it's like you feel the pain of the healing. It's legitimate.
It's so funny you said that because the pains that I got for a minute, remember the electrolytes now. It will alleviate a lot of this, but be wonderfully amazed that pain is existing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. It dawned on me why my ankles hurt. It dawned on me why I was getting pain here and there and everywhere. Because in your past, whether you know it or not, as a matter of fact, you probably
Talk
would
about
say
your
this
past,
best.
with your
In
ankles,
my
honey,
past,
you and the ankles.
in my past, I used to ride horses. Anyway, I came down off the horse and I went into a ditch and it broke my ankle. Now, I did not do what I was supposed to do. So my ankle never healed because I broke it 2 times after that because I never healed it the first time.
I mean, you were told to sit down and keep it
Never
elevated.
did what I was supposed to do. Never.
You know, we'd be hobbling around like, you know, you're supposed to be
know?
off it for 3 weeks. It feels all right. You'd be
yeah,
hobbling
but
around.
2 weeks you were hobbling.
Exactly.
If I had healed it, I would not have felt it during the fast.
Right.
The fast tells you all those injuries that have not healed.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
It circles back.
If you could think how wonderful, because guess what it's going to do now?
It's going to heal it.
It's going to heal it.
Exactly.
And each time you do that long fast, it heals it more or it's over.
Exactly.
So
I
that's
know
the
that
blessing.
That's a thing. It's called retracing. Where it goes
Blessing.
back and
Yeah.
traces over the areas that didn't get
Yeah.
the attention it needed.
Yeah.
And so that's a good thing. So when you feel the pain, it's like, ooh, healing's
Mm-hmm.
happening. Okay, it doesn't always feel like that. It's like,
No, it doesn't, but
it's
you
like,
know that's what
healing's
it's doing.
happening. Yes,
Yeah.
healing is happening. And so the autophagy is when that healing is happening. And so intermittent fasting, you can definitely get on a little bit of autophagy. But when you're doing the water fast, you're getting into the deep down levels of autophagy.
Yes.
Where you really start to get the healing. And then if you bring fasting into your lifestyle, where you're doing a 3-day water fast once a quarter, twice a year, maybe once a year, or a 5-day fast once every year, or whatever, you can kind of build it into your lifestyle where you're really getting a lot of these benefits. And what happens is you give your body multiple times to heal, like multiple occasions to heal. And that's even, we're still living, guys. I mean, we're still doing stuff to our bodies, even as we're trying to be more healthful. So whatever you did 2 years ago with your fast, and you take a fast now, there's something that happened between now and then that it can work on.
Yeah, and you're releasing all these toxins. Toxins. I mean, all in the air, whatever you're touching, whatever whatever you're doing.
That's big.
That's the toxins are being released. If you could just look at a fast as your gift to yourself.
Yes, that's a great way to say it.
And think about how important you are and that you have a remedy.
Yes.
Imagine going all your life just knowing I got to hobble, I got to do this, I got to feel this on my back. Imagine that all your life, when in fact, if you take this into consideration, knowing that's a healer,
Yes.
each time it'll heal more and more till finally it's gone. Oh, sorry, Mr. Finally, it's gone.
Yes. Yes.
Or at least you feel so much better than you have.
For sure.
But you're always releasing toxins because toxins are always coming in.
Yes.
But you get to clean it out.
Yes.
And then it comes in and then I'm just amazed how God created this what do you call it?
Beating the table.
I know.
She's feeling it, guys.
Yeah,
She's feeling
it's
it.
emotional.
I know it is. It is.
It's so emotional that God gave us this ability to do this.
Yes. Because the body already knows what to do, guys. We're the ones in the way. We're constantly getting in its way and throwing it off off its base. So what we have to do is we have to focus on letting the body do what it does, and it knows how to do it. And at the end of this 3-day water fast, we have got an amazing offer for you. We have a low carb get started course. It is a virtual online course. It's 6 weeks of full colorful presentations. You've got a course book. You've got all that you need in order to get started on low carb. It's called Help, I Don't Know Where to Start, a 30-day guide to a low carb. So it's self-paced, it's virtual. Go ahead to our website, therealhealthyou.com, and get your course so that you can get started smashing the sugar, which is the first foundation when you want to get rid of low carb.
That's right.
Yes, so
And you got this help right here.
Yes. Take advantage of it, and we'll see you on the other side.
Yes.
And at the end of this 3-day water fast, you have a gut biome reset. You
Oh,
have a lot of issues
absolutely.
with digestion
Oh,
and things.
yeah.
You reset your gut biome, you reset your hormones, you reset your immune system,
Yep.
all of it, your glucose levels, with your diabetes. I mean, you're resetting all these things. Who doesn't want that? Like, that's just an amazing thing to take on. So we want to be able to use the fasting as a tool in our toolbox, in our health toolbox. So it's
Yep.
not just a bunch of medicine, a bunch of pills, a bunch of procedures, a bunch of doctor visits. We want to put this in our toolbox. And you may still have to take your medicine for a while. You might still have to get some things done. But ultimately, if we keep marching down this path and keep utilizing fasting, each time you're getting a little healthier, a little healthier, a little healthier as you go down the road, so that you need less and less of the medical stuff.
Not only that, but as you're aging, you get these aging things like and all of a sudden your eyes are not working as good as they are, and you get all these aches and pains
Yeah,
and all
for
this.
sure.
You're gonna eliminate all that.
Because that's a lot of that is inflammation too.
It's all
And
inflammation.
so
Every bit of it is
Fasting
inflammation.
gets rid of a lot of the inflammation as well.
Yeah, you got to get rid of it.
And even your life changes, like, when you go through menopause, so our women out there, when you're going through menopause, perimenopause, things like that, you have so many hormonal
Yeah.
adjustments going on.
It's true.
Fasting, again, gets you in touch, and it lets those hormones balance themselves. That is incredible in and of itself.
It's just a
Absolutely.
miracle.
It is.
It's
amazing.
magic.
Yes. So we made it through. I know some people were concerned that if you're fasting on water fast and you're not getting enough nutrients, you're not getting enough calories.
Oh, no.
You're not going to be able to think. You're going to be so tired. And that's true on the beginning, the tired
First
part.
day, second day.
Yeah. But the nutrients, guys, if you're nutrient deficient already, a 3-day water fast is not the reason. You're already nutrient deficient. And if you have enough nutrients, the 3-day water fast is not going to take them all away. So it's actually the opposite. The body will utilize everything it has even more efficiently when you're fasting. So those myths are busted.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
busting.
yeah. Ancestors went without food for days and days.
I mean,
and
literally.
days,
You can go
literally.
weeks. You could literally go weeks.
People do fast for 21 days.
Honestly.
They do. Don't they have
Actually,
a
they
religious
have more
fast?
than-
Don't we have a fast,
Yes.
a religious fast that's 21
several
days
of
or
them.
something?
But the fact is,
You don't die.
you depending on who
Well,
you are,
something
health-wise,
dies, but-
you need to stay in touch with a doctor, keep things together. But for a 3-day water fast, get it done. Get it
Amen.
done. So there you have
Go
it.
get it.
Yes, go get it. So thanks so much for listening. We will check with you next week. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification button, and leave us some comments about your fasting.